2010 IFMAR World Champion Cody King and his father Paul. Cody, we've gone through 2 rounds of Pro Buggy today here. It's night number 2 at the Dirt Nitro Challenge. How's the day gone for you so far?
It was a little rough. The first round I kind of got distracted and made a few mistakes, but the second round was a little better. I still had a couple little bobbles here and there, but I still ended up with a 7, so that was pretty decent.
What did you have for points in the first round? Anything good?
A 13.
13. Well, 13 and 7. I mean, 3 rounds. It's 12 cars make the main, so you're probably pretty close already.
Try and throw that 13 out in the next round.
Yeah, sure. And Paul, you guys just made the big switch this year, going from Team Orion engines to Red's engines. You know, you're the one turning the screws in the pit lane. So, what's it been like learning the new equipment?
It's been fun, and it's also there's that anxiety. Am I going to get the tune right? And it's quite a big switch. I mean, they definitely tune differently. The engines have their own kind of little characteristics, but it's been fun and exciting, and the engines have been working really well so far. The buggy engine, really good this last round. So,
cool. Well, what do you think of the track layout?
Usually Joey has this standout section. And the track's super fun. Like, the layout is fun to drive, but usually there's a standout layout or a standout section, and
it's like one spot that kind of makes or breaks it.
Right? Yeah. But I mean, the layout's fun. It's really fun to race on. So I think it's good for close racing for the mains.
I was gonna say, like, it maybe not having those crazy sections could make it easier to pass, or just easier to race side by side without trying to just not crash.
It makes the racing a lot closer. Like, the top 10 guys are all within, 12 seconds or so. So, I mean,
silly.
It's crazy. Guys are just doing the same times all the way down the board. So it's one mistake and you drop maybe 4 spots. So, I mean, it's made for really tight racing. So, I mean, it's going to make things real interesting, I think.
This is probably a great question for both of you. We've seen the track conditions go from, the track looked great when everyone got here. It snowed on Wednesday. We didn't get any practice, and the track changed so much yesterday, and then again, just evolving like crazy today. What kind of changes have you had to make to the cars to try to cope with those changes?
Well, we originally had our standard setup for something that would be really high speed and a lot of grip is what we anticipated. And it's really interesting because the track is just really rough. It's much more rough than we anticipated. So there's a lot of ripply bumps, and the cars are just really having to work the suspension. And we've had to make some changes. Softened up diff oils to make the car more compliant. And I think it's made it a little easier for Cody to drive with those adjustments. So.
And how have you had to change your driving style? You got to approach the obstacles differently, or what can you do with the radio to make the car get around the track better?
You just kind of got to just drive easy, because I mean, the layout's really super fast paced, and there's a lot of off-camber turns. So I mean, that's due for a flip over right there. And back to the track, it's a lot different than last year. Like, a lot. Like, I don't know if it was the weather we had and no one had ran on it when it rained, and it's really like ripply, and it jumps up and bites you really, really bad.
People have been saying it's because the track was so soft for so long, and then turn marshals are out walking on it. A lot of cars running on it, so they went from the lanes being packed smooth to now it's like a whoop section everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think then? Does that help the track, be easier to race on, when you're dicing with someone head to head, or is that going to make it harder to make passes tomorrow?
I think the hardest thing about passing is going to be the tight lanes, and you just got to be clean. You got to drive easy. You got to be smooth in all the off cambers, and that's all you can do, and just try and carry as much corner speed as you can.
Well, what do you think then, Paul, is going to be the secret to, how much is pit strategy then going to, play a part in a 45-minute truck main or the 60-minute buggy final?
Pit-wise, I kind of already have my strategy down. I know we can make the 840 for the hour, and so that part, I just got to make sure it's full and bring him in on time and stuff like that. But it's the big challenge is going to be for him. Like you said, the lanes are pretty narrow. Passing is going to be challenging, so it should be good racing.
Cool. And what are your goals then for the rest of the weekend? Is it been asking this, to a lot of people, is it, try to improve on what happened last year, just go out and do the best you can, or like, we're here to win and that's why we showed up?
Just need to stay focused. That's the main thing. You have to stay focused for the whole 7 minutes, including a 45 or hour-long main. So I mean, it's just got to keep your head in it. You can't get distracted. The lap traffic's been pretty tough. Again, back to the tight lanes. And
yeah, sure.
So I mean, you just got to stay smooth and keep your head in it, not get frustrated.
Cool. Well, this is Team Kyosho International's Cody King. We got his father Paul. Just put in a fantastic run here in Pro Buggy at the Nitro Challenge. Good luck this weekend. Congratulations on a good run.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.